ba shi wuri suna ɗaukar hoto suna ɗaukar abu barka
ẹgbàdá ní wò lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ẹgbàdá ní wò ẹ̀yẹ wò.
I want to.
Sorry. Yeah, 15 naira.
I didn't know.
What are you doing in this market?
I'm more I didn't know. Tó wà fún ni pé láti jọ láì ti dáyé tí wọ́n pe kọ́lí yẹn àwọn ọmọ jẹ́ ń wà kan kò dé ẹ̀sìn wá nìyẹn kan bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó surprise mi sọ pé káàdì ń pààyàn sí ó yà mí lẹ́nu bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe káyọ̀ rúmọ̀ sígbà kan yẹn pé ẹ̀wà ń pààyàn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n tún ní domina ń pààyàn so that àwọn mi ò believe náà mo dẹ̀ believe so that wọ́n dẹ̀ lábùjá ló àti pẹ̀lú Kaduna kò dẹ̀ níta lè ṣe sí so ẹni tó bá sàn jẹ́ ó ní láti jẹ́ náà ní àdúrà náà máa fi ṣe so wọ́n dẹ̀ máa ṣe ó máa jiná dáadáa kan tó máa jẹ́. The first time that my Hnr
I am Hnr Olatunji Olusoya, Lagos State Commissioner for Agriculture and Cooperatives.
Recently, for some time now, we've heard so much about vaccine, and to Nigerians, it was just something on air. It was not in Nigeria, but with the recent outbreak in the northern part of the state, what exactly is this avian bird flu all about?
Thank you. The avian bird flu is a viral disease of birds. The strain that has just been reported, which can cause heavy fatality for birds and for man, is the H1N5 of the virus variety. It occurs in birds, but it could also be transmitted to man. The first one was reported somewhere in Europe, and because it is the carriers are birds, are wild birds that migrate during the winter to warm areas. As they move along from the droppings of the birds, domestic birds and birds on the farm will also pick it up. That is why it was first reported. In a place where a farm is infested with bird flu, the signs you will see are immediately, the signs you see are symptoms that will show in the birds. Could be cough, sneezing, the eyes could be swollen with some exudation of fluid from the eyes. The wings could be swollen, the combs could also be swollen. The quality of eggs for layers could drop, the eggshell will become thin, and it could reduce to decline in the quantity of eggs produced, and eventually it can result to high mortality within a very short period of time, very high mortality within a short period of time. And for human, for those who work with such infested farms, they stand the danger of contacting the bird. It could be transmitted from animal to man, and the process of a human person contacting is only for those who work on an infected farm, and the process of contacting it is by breathing in the pathogens of the disease, not by consuming even an infested bird. It's not by consuming an infested bird that you contact. The process of contacting the disease is by inhaling the disease. And those who stand the risk of catching that are farm workers who work in an infested farms over a period of time. It's a disease, one, that can be controlled. It's a disease that can be contained. It's a disease that can be managed once it is identified in time.
Okay, now you said it cannot be, human beings can contact it by eating.
Yes.
But there have been various reports in the papers, even text messages have gone around that don't eat chicken if you eat it. If you want to stay alive, you shouldn't eat chicken. Can you boldly say, as an expert, per se, sort of in this field, you have been in charge of agriculture in Lagos for some time now, so I guess you come in contact with the stakeholders. Can you boldly say that it is safe to consume chicken and poultry products in general?
I'm telling you on the integrity of science. Integrity of science. This is corroborated by a statement made by Director General World Health Organization, and it's on the website of World Health Organization. On the integrity of science, you do not contact bird flu by consuming properly cooked poultry products. It is science. It is not speculation. It is not hearsay. The process of contacting bird flu is by inhaling the pathogens, by breathing in the pathogens from infested farm, not by consuming properly cooked poultry products. And I dare say, from all those text messages or whatever you may hear or read, there is no one that will say categorically, and that is confirmed scientifically, that somebody has been endangered by eating properly cooked poultry products. No. The process of confirming that a bird flu even occurs in a location, in a farm or wherever, are clear. Once it is reported, the veterinarians should be there to collect sample. The sample that will be taken to laboratory for diagnosis and analysis. Once that is done, it is even taken to VOM. The result is taken to, with the specimen, is taken to Veterinary Research Institute of Nigeria, VOM, or the veterinary university laboratories at the University of Ibadan for confirmation. Not until it is confirmed. All the speculations or the alarms we read are alarm. And all the alarms we have received from this ministry, we have gone there to investigate. They have all been negative. That a bird or some birds die in a flock or in the market does not confirm it is bird flu. Birds die. Birds could die as a result of many causes. It could be stress, it could be starvation, it could be dehydration, it could be other diseases. So that a bird die, particularly now, one should not just simply ascribe it to bird flu. Bird flu is a viral disease of birds, and it has to be properly diagnosed and examined, confirmed through that process before one can confirm it is bird flu, not by text message.
So far, we've been lucky in the southern part of the country that has not been any outspoken. But we can't sit down and fold our hands.
Yes.
What measures have been put in place to curtail the movement
Beautiful.
of birds, interstate movement of birds? Because we, from reports, we heard the federal government has not banned it anyway. But what measures have been put in place in Lagos?
Yeah. One, nationally, the federal ministry has made that pronunciation. The federal government has made that pronunciation that for now there should be no movement of live birds from state to state. Nationally, the federal Ministry of Agriculture, the federal government, has even made that pronunciation that for now there should be no movement of birds, live birds, from state to state. And the Lagos State government has made a pronunciation about 2 Fridays ago that for now there should be no movement of live birds into Lagos State. And to that extent, we have put up measures to ensure that we police all the entries into Lagos. We have about 10 of such entries into Lagos, where normally even before now you have our control posts that monitors movement of agricultural products into Lagos State. At the outbreak of this disease in Nigeria, the first thing we did immediately was to conduct an in-house training for extension officers. About 201 of them. We conducted a training for them, a refresher course on what to look for or how to identify the disease and what steps to take, what form of education to give to farmers. About 200 of them. And from that crop of people, we also sent some of them to man the control posts, in addition to our officers that were already at all the control posts. 1. 2, the themselves, the Animal Science Association of Lagos State, held a workshop at Lagos State where they brought in all the stakeholders, the poultry farmers, the processors, the feed millers, and industry officials. We also went through a updated knowledge and what to do, how to safeguard the economic interest of the farmers, and of course, health hazards to we follow this week with another workshop now hosted by the ministry at Okobagege. We also invited all stakeholders, representative of Lagos Poultry Association of Nigeria, stakeholders and market men and women. And what we do is also bring new information about these birds, educate them about these birds, how they birds, how events, particularly women or people, even visitors to the farms. Farm should not get time to a poultry farm. If you have no business to be there, could also bring contamination and diseases into farms. We also talk about for now they should not be making new stock, be it old chicks or growers or layers, bringing new stocks for now. And we took that to confirm to the public that it is very, very safe to continue to consume food products. And egg is some protein for our children. It is the most wholesome in terms of price, in terms of value, for protein. Egg and egg best of our diet for our children. And chicken is another very good source of protein in our diets. For also, not all for children, even for adults. In terms of price, in terms of protein content, we don't say to the people that it is very safe and information that we give them, corroborated by what is acclaimed worldwide. On the website of World Health Organization, you find it there. It is safe to consume proper cooked poultry disease is on the an infected and who bring in the pathogens, not by consumption. Let me take this opportunity on economics and the economy of Lagos State and the economy of Nigeria. In Lagos State alone, we have 23,000 of each of these will a minimum of 5 people work. There are big workers of an industry sector in Lagos State that provides employment of 100,000 people. Beyond the production of the farm, there are two supplies. Those who millets, who bring palm cake, all the ingredients to mix the figures. There are also so many of them. There are the market men and women that will trade products. They come to buy the products, they take to the market to sell. Look at all those the economics associated in Lagos State. We are talking the economy contributes almost about let's say 5% to the total economy. Let's say 5% because Lagos is an urban metropolitan area. Let's say 5%. That 5% in terms of employment generated, in terms of production, in terms of the investment that is there, is large, and it should not be endangered giving an allow to click that incentive to people by and prevent them from potential. Beyond that, in another form of economy are the eateries. All over Lagos State now, you find successful business, and a lot of investment also has been sunk into business. A large part of the components that go into it is chicken and egg. So we should be careful that we don't say an unnecessary information into the can that can endanger one employment, production, and even we should combine the we send information application for our health. Of course, we are concerned about our health, about our economy, and not associated with it. One day to tell you, I'm sure like that it is very, very safe to consume poultry products that are properly cooked. The normal way we cook our food. Once it is done, it is very, very safe for consumption.
I read the details of the press release you gave it. Have been
of the measures the ministry have taken to ensure that the disease does not come into Lagos. I mentioned that about 100 have been trained. Some of them were posted to all the control posts. In addition, some of them also form the surveillance team. The piece of the surveillance team is to visit farms. One, to educate farms on what preventive action to take. Farms are not infected. So train farmers on what to look for. Suspicion. If you problem, what the farm is supposed to do, and of what are some examination could do on before bringing them to the laboratory for diagnosis and analysis. These are all, and all of them are now are on the